In today's episode, the special edition Citroën Visa Challenger. Hello and welcome to Quarterlight, your car brochure channel. And in today's episode, like we said, the Citroën Visa Challenger, which is actually a French special edition, so the text all is in French. Here on Quarterlight, we look at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s, although we even go beyond those years as well. So, watch the episode and then please do consider subscribing. It really does help you find the channel and when new episodes arrive, and there is lots and lots of episodes. Weekends, we tend more to look at special editions, so let's throw this one on the board. So here it is, and I will zoom in a moment, so don't worry about that. This particular special edition, like I say, it's French, so we didn't get this one in the UK, but unlike the special editions we got in the UK, and Citroën used to love throwing special editions and limited editions out there, didn't they? This one's actually a little bit special, actually, much more than you first understand. Unusual title though, Visa Challenger, a wild series. Unusual. Let's zoom in on the image. So all of the white, and my understanding is they only came in white, so we got white with white bumpers, and looks like we get white wheels as well. There we can see those white painted wheels. You can see the Challenger graphic on the side. At least I presume they are steel wheels that are painted. Although they didn't go as far as giving you a colour coordinated mirror as well, which is a little bit unusual. Maybe that was pushing it too far. We can just about see inside there. We've got sort of like red stripes to make it faster, of course, and then of course, as per the Visa, we've just got one single windscreen wiper. Anyway, let's open the brochure up and have a look inside. So we open the brochure up. We've got a lovely side shot of this particular limited or special edition, and we even get a nice glimpse of those seats. We'll have a proper look at those images in a moment I should say, but first we'll have a look at some of the text. Now it is all going to be in French, of course, because this is a French special or limited edition car. I don't speak French, but we'll kind of like try and decipher some of it, and then in the comments I'm sure you'll be able to correct me on my incorrect. I'm certainly not going to read it out because I don't want to insult anyone with my terrible French, but I think we can probably work out what this car is on about, and then, like I said, the French speakers, please jot in the comments anything I'm really missing. So let's have a look at the text. So at the top there, it's talking about that it's all white, isn't it? So it's a white car with that colour matched bumpers and wheels, like we discussed when we first looked at the front page. It also starts talking about it having sporty performance, which is unusual. That isn't really what I was expecting, because like I say, normally Visa special editions are just like an odd stripe. You don't really get much with Citroën special editions, but this one seems to be a little bit more special. So it's telling us here that this is coming with the Citroën Visa GT engine. So it is actually quite a little sporty little special edition, actually, which is quite nice, isn't it? Actually, my mum had a Citroën Visa GT, which was actually quite a rare car even then in the UK. You didn't see many of them around, but this is like one step further. It's a Citroën Visa GT engine, and then it's a special edition as well. So yeah, quite unusual. It starts talking about the engine and gearbox, 5-speed box, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 10.9 seconds, top speed of 168 kilometers per hour. It continues with that sporty theme by telling you it clings to the road because of its 4-wheel independent suspension, and also because of its tyres, which it tells us the tyres are TRX AS 160 by 65, and then goes on to tell us the interior matches the performance with the jersey black seats and the red trim, which we'll certainly have a look at in a moment. So yeah, It's a special edition, but it's a sporty special edition, and not just with an extra stripe, it has got that Citroën Visa GT engine. And by the way, for those that don't know, the Citroën Visa GT wasn't an out-and-out performance version of the Visa like the GTI. It was kind of like a warm hatch, you could say. Now, apologies for all the reflections, but those black jersey seats with the red trim do look actually quite nice on this model. Much more conventional Stokes on this model by this time for the Visa. The early ones, like my mum had, it had sort of like the wacky Citroën-esque controls that came, instead of these little Stokes, they actually came right up here, and they were quite, very much a Citroën thing, much more conventional by this time. Sadly, I preferred the wackiness of Citroën with the non-cancelling indicators, but I guess, Peugeot said enough is enough. Let's get a bit more mainstream. We can see we've just got small door cards there, reminding us it's just a budget-friendly car, of course. And then the car itself, I actually don't usually like all one colour cars, so I'm glad they've still left some of the black trim, because it doesn't look too bad with all white and then little bits of black in there. I quite like it in some ways. And we got a little bit of a boot spoiler on there, if the camera will just clear up a little bit. There we go, the camera's cleared up a little bit, so you can see a little bit of a boot spoiler, and the door handles, and we've got a little bit of a red stripe high up on there as well, and also we've sort of got a lower red stripe by the looks of it, just above those little strips to protect your doors. Another look at that Challenger badge, and then the front nose with that white bumper. So overall, yeah, as special editions go, I don't think it was a particularly bad one. I wish they brought this one to the UK. In fact, did they ever bring this? Maybe you can answer that one back. I don't remember the Challenger special edition in the UK, but certainly if anyone knows any different, please do let me know. A nice special edition. We can just about make out again if I zoom back in. If you don't mind me just zooming the camera in, there we go, we can see we got head restraints as well, which is nice to see with that red stripe continuing. And then finally the technical specifications. Love this little top part of Ant Citroën, or forward Citroën, I presume it's trying to say. Love the little chevrons that they've changed to one side, and he's kind of like driving the actual badge itself, and his hat's flowing off. Very Citroën, or very even French sort of graphics, really. The technical spec, I'll zoom in on. So like I said, I don't speak French, so I'll probably leave this more for the French speakers out there, but it looks like it's telling us that the 4-cylinder engine of 1360 cc's. Like I say, I'm going to move the camera, so please pause the screen if you want to read all the specs in French. Although of course we have talked about the specifications, things like the 4-wheel independent suspension and the tyre sizes and the maximum speed already, and a continuation of them sort of mechanical technical specifications before it goes down to the equipment levels that the car had, what it has, like a spoiler. Looks like it's pre-equipped for a radio, etc, etc. And then at the bottom here we've got the 24-hour Citroën service, and then Citroën prefers total. That always been these French things, and having the hand in hand with these oil companies. And then no doubt the typical thing that you always get at the bottom of a brochure, we can change things at any time. And the rest of the small print telling you the model year 1985, and I guess this little square at the bottom would normally be where your French dealer stamp would be. Actually, I've just noticed at the side here before we come to the end there is a little printed in France there, March 1985, for those who are interested with those figures. But let's wrap this one up. The very interesting Citroën, there it is, Citroen Visa Challenger, based on a Citroen Visa GT. A very unusual special edition for your Saturday special edition episode. But we'll end, as we always do, by saying please do jot any comments or corrections. I don't speak French very well, so the very rough translation of what it was talking about, but certainly add any extra bits in the comments there. But thank you so much for watching today. Please do consider subscribing if you've not already done so. That is completely free, always will be, keeps you in touch with the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. But thank you so much for watching today. Please come again soon. Take care, all the best, and goodbye.